So it's been a controversy for a little while about rapper Mulatto. Now, if you know rapper Mulatto, she has that song, "B from the South." She just dropped a new album as well, her debut album. But what got her in trouble is people was accusing her of being colorist on Clubhouse because she really, I guess, doesn't relate to colorism. Well, how could she really relate to colorism and she's light skinned, biracial, white mother, black father? I seen the picture of them. She can't relate to what a dark skinned black person go through. I mean, she could maybe sympathize with it, but she can't really relate to that. Okay. That is, we know that was created from the slavery plantation. Unfortunately, some of that still goes on today. But so we're going to get into a clip that, Mulatto put out. He's talking about her name as well, because people taking an issue with her name. Let's go ahead and roll the short clip.
What's the common misconception of you that gets put on you that we can just dead right now? And so 2021, don't even come at Lotto with that no more.
Oh, I know that I'm a colorist. When I don't even give about none of that. I don't give about none of that. Like, bruh, like.
Talk your talk, queen.
Go ahead.
I'm not a colorist, dog. I'm not a colorist. Like, but the internet, they gonna do what they do. I can't convince people that already don't like me otherwise. So I just, I'm not finna just have a stroke about it. But that would be my biggest misconception as of recent, like right now, I'm not a colorist.
So 2021, let's dead that. Don't be coming
dead that.
Here, don't be coming out loud.
Dead that. That's why I'm doing my little part on the back end, like learning, they talk about the name change and stuff like that. To also dead it on my end, because I feel like that kind of contributes to that.
So what about the name change, Mulatto?
I don't really have it's still in the works. Like, people got to understand too that at this level in an artist's career, that's not something that just happened overnight. So, it's not something that even happens, period, because it's so much like money and investments on the line when you do that. So I think people need to be more patient, okay? And then I think they need to be more understanding. But it's definitely in the works. Like, I'm considering it for sure.
Okay, cool. I mean, whatever the name change is, we still rocking with you. Everybody's still rocking with you. So
now, some people had an issue with her name because that term mulatto came from when, the slavery era, when black women were, raped by the slave masters. They would call the kids, the offspring, mulattoes. Now, traditionally, mulatto would be like, say, a mixed race person between black and white, traditionally in this country. So calling herself mulatto, it kind of fits the bill. But so, people have pressured her to the point that now she has to consider changing her name. I didn't take an issue with her name, especially when I seen her parents. I didn't take an issue with it. But when she says that on Clubhouse, people had called her colorist. Okay. So you have a certain group, of women that has this, community online, and they talk about colorism a lot. Now, colorism is a thing that do happen. Yes, it is true. Colorism is the truth. Colorism goes way back to slavery, okay? From the brown paper bag test and on, right? We know in history, more lighter-skinned people in white society would be more preferred. But see, I'm a little different about that. I'm not trying to get up in white society. Can care less about it. I'm worried about doing good in black society, global black society. You understand what I'm saying? See, when you validate what the Mzungu feels about you, when you validate that and you worry about what he or she may look at, like, F that. I can care less about that. You understand what I'm saying? And any person, I'll say this again, I've said this in another video. If you think colorism is the end all be all, go to any African nation and everybody looks like us, dark skin like me and darker. The majority of people look like that. It's none of this light. It's none of that how mulatto looks going on. That's not the norm at all. It's not. Most people is dark skinned, right? So we know the history of slavery and all that. That's where all these different colors come from. But I haven't seen her or heard her say anything that she's trashing, darker skinned black women. I haven't seen that. And usually from what I have seen, that comes up in the area of men, right? and maybe some representation in, once again, Mzungu society. Okay, of course they're gonna prefer lighter and brighter and all that. That's the, you know how they, you know, the races get down like that. But a lot of times I hear that come up in conversation with men. Oh, well, men may prefer, you know, certain brothers may prefer the mulatto and all that, and her look, and okay, and if they do, not every man wants that. Some men don't care about that. They just want a girl that looks nice, right? Seen it all the way around. See brothers with women that's dark. Seen brothers that women that look like her. And any other spectrum. One thing about brothers, if you look nice to them, they gonna get with you. They don't care about your color. They don't care about your race. Sometimes they don't care about your weight. Seen it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have other people talking about you gotta be a certain weight to be getting attention. That's a freaking lie. Because not in the black community. They not on that. Now in the Mzungu community, they're a little bit more strict at times with that. But nah. So what I'm saying is, you know, I don't think, I mean, she want to change her name. It should be on her. I don't think it should be public pressure. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I don't think it should be public pressure. I didn't really say issue with it because I would have said it from the beginning. But the colorist thing, now, you know, and I know who's kind of pushed that mantra a little more than others. What I'm saying is, you're not, I mean, once again, you're trying to divide black people when you're doing that crap, pushing that. I mean, is that really benefiting black people at the end of the day? Is that making black people's lives better? You probably want to point it out more so with white supremacy instead of other black people, because they're the ones that actually have the power to keep that going and holding you back from positions and holding you back from this and that and doing the preference. You know, 'cause dating is what it is. It doesn't benefit you one or another about some dates, but that system, yes, that should be dealt with. But once again, I want to repeat it. If you really don't think that you're the majority in the world when it comes to the darker skin, go to the continent of Africa, go to the Caribbean, you'll see different. Well, leave me a comment there what think about the situation with Mulatto, and do you think that she is quote unquote colorist? I haven't heard her say anything like that. I mean, I haven't, but you let me know.